Good morning, children. Let's start with the types of organization structures today. And types of organization structures. Before this, we have already discussed about the organization, its process, its advantage, and even the structures also. So let me just give you a quick review that what and how we will be defining the organization structures or what is structure, right? So when we talk about structure or organization structure, it is basically outcome. ये क्या है? एक outcome होता है organization process की. And we have already done the organization process. So जो organization process का जो result होता है और outcome होता है, that is going to be called as organization structures, right? Or you can also say that organization structures क्या है? एक फ्रेमवर्क है, उसके अंदर हम क्या करते हैं, एक मैनेजर एंड ऑपरेटिंग टास्क आर परफॉर्म that need to be defined. It means what kind of operations we are going to conduct in our organization. These operations can be a managerial operation or these can be operating operations or operating task. Operating task means which we need to operate in our business for the purpose of smooth running of that. So defining all these framework, एक फ्रेमवर्क के अंदर ऑपरेटिंग और मैनेजरियल एक्टिविटीज को डिफाइन करना, दैट कैन ऑल्सो बी कॉल्ड एज अ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर्स, राइट? नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द types of organization structures. So when we talk about the type of organization structures, it depends upon the organizations according to the natures and the activities which are going to perform in the organization. They have to select the types of structures, right? It means if a organization is there, those who are working into a one product only, in the production of one product only, they can go through with functional structures. And if there is any organization which are working in more than one product production, they have to go through with some another structure, that is divisional structure can be benefited for them. So how to select the organizational structures depend completely on the nature and the type of activities which organization need to perform. Okay, so on the basis of organizational structures, according to your class 12 syllabus, we will be talking or discussing about the two categories here. The first will be functional structures and the second will be your divisional structures, right? So let's discuss about the first type of organizational structure, that is functional structures, right? Now as the name is saying here, simply आपको समझना है functional structure, it means function, राइट? यानी जहाँ पे हम ग्रुप कर रहे हैं जॉब्स को ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ सिमिलर नेचर अंडर द फंक्शनल फर्स्ट, and then we are organizing that as a form of department, that is going to be called as functional structures, right? So here the definition for the functional structures will be what? Grouping of job of similar nature under functional and organizing these major function as a separate department is going to be called as functional structure, right? It means एक organization के अंदर, suppose you are the enterprise is working with one product production only, right? So what the enterprise is doing, वो similar nature के जो work है उनको एक functions में रख रहा है और उस function के similar functions को organize कर रहा है एक particular department के अंदर. So that is going to be called as functional structures, simply where we are dividing our job on the basis of similar nature and provide them or categorize them into one department, that is going to be called as functional structure, right? Now let's take an example also. इसका एक example लेते हैं. So if we talk about functional structures, the example for the functional structures can be that if we have an organization or if we have a manufacturing organization, right? वहाँ पे what we have done, we have divided the work अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर फंक्शंस. हमने एक सिमिलर फंक्शंस के वर्क को डिपार्टमेंट में डिवाइड कर दिया है और एक सेपरेट डिपार्टमेंट बना दिया है. लाइक प्रोडक्शन वर्क, वी हैव गिवन अ प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट. द वर्क विच आर रिलेटेड विद द परचेजिंग हैज़ बीन अलॉटेड फॉर अ परचेजिंग डिपार्टमेंट, and the work which are related with the marketing, account, personal, all have been given a separate department according to the similar nature. So these department may be further divided into section, और उसके बाद में डिपार्टमेंट को क्या किया, आगे दोबारा सेक्शंस में डिवाइड कर दिया है. सो दिस स्ट्रक्चर इज गोइंग टू बी कॉल्ड एज, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का जो ये स्ट्रक्चर डेवलप होके आएगा, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी कॉल्ड एज फंक्शनल स्ट्रक्चर्स, एंड वेयर वी आर डिजाइनिंग, वेयर वी आर ग्रुपिंग सिमिलर जॉब इनटू one manner only, one functional structures only, right? So this is going to be called as functional structures. Like you can see from the example here, this diagram here, this is MD, the head of the organization, and what he has done, under him he has allotted the different department according to the similar function. First, human resources department, those who will be working about the staffing process, about allocating the jobs, filling the positions, right? Recruitment, marketing for the purpose of promoting the sell, then research and development for the analysis of the market, and purchasing for the purpose of purchasing the raw material and other thing which is required for the purpose of production. So what happened here, basically the person managing director, according to the similar nature of work, has grouped them once first and then provide them a particular department, right? So this is going to be called as functional structures. Now children, let's discuss about the advantage we are going to get if an organization has a proper functional structures, right? So here the first advantage is specialization, or we can say occupational specialization. This is the first advantage functional structure is giving. फंक्शनल स्ट्रक्चर बेसिकली क्या करता है, लीड करता है किसको, ऑक्यूपेशनल स्पेशलाइजेशन को. एंड व्हाई? because they are placing a particular function for one particular department, for one particular peoples. So these people are get used to of doing that work from the beginning only. So here what is happening, the proper utilization of manpower is also done, and because they are getting a similar kind of task within the department, so they are also able to improve their performance here. So what is happening here, फंक्शनल स्ट्रक्चर क्या कर रहा है, ये लीड कर रहा है ऑक्यूपेशनल स्पेशलाइजेशन को. मीन्स द पर्सन who is best in that particular work, that work or that function is going to be handed over to him. And because he is continuously doing that work, so definitely his performance will increase, and because of it, it will give benefit to the organization also. So the first advantage of functional structure is occupational specialization. Now next is it promote control and coordination. This is the second advantage, that because the department, within the department only they all are working, and because of the similarity in the task being performed, there is a proper coordination between the people. Like if I take the example of production department only, the people, those who are working into the production department, they all are knowing that they all are equally responsible for the profit, for the effectiveness of their work, or for the profit of the production department. So what is going to happen, just because of this, the proper control will be able to make, because there will be one head of this department who is going to see only the production work head, right? Proper control can also be managed, and then the coordination can also be managed because of the similar nature of tasks are going to be performed. Next is, the next advantage is increasing managerial and operational efficiency. The functional structures also help us to increase the managerial and operational efficiency. Increasing how the managerial or operational efficiency has increased, because the people are going to do a same kind of work in a routine basis, in a continuous basis. So in that manner they are more trained and developed, and in that way they will be more efficient or effective for their work, which is going to give a result of profit to the organization. Now next is it lead to minimum duplications. So this is the another advantage here, that the duplication of the work is minimized here. And why this is minimized here, because every person is knowing that if they are belonging to one particular department, what they need to do. If a person is having a marketing department appointment, he need to do only the work of marketing only. So here every person, those who are working inside the functional organization, they all have been allotted work or task according to their skills, and they all have been told that what they need to do. And just because of this, the duplications of work are not arised over there. And if there is no duplication of work, if there is no wastage of resources, what is going to happen, the economics, it is going to affect the economics of your profit, right? So here we will be having less cost during the time of productions. Next is it make training of employee easier, as the focus is only on a limited ranges of skills. Now this advantage basically say that because we are giving more time to a person to fit for one job, to fit for one work, right? So what is happening here, we are training the employee in that manner. आप एक ही एम्प्लॉय को एक सिमिलर टास्क को लॉन्ग टाइम तक करा के क्या कर रहे हो, उसको एक ट्रेनिंग प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो, एंड वेयर आर फोकस इज ओनली for increasing his limited skills. And what are these skills which are required for the work of that particular department, right? Next is it ensure that the different functions get due attention. Now, because of the functional structures, where what we are doing according to the similar nature of work, we are dividing them into function, and then we are allocating a department for that. So in that manner, every person are responsible for one particular department. So each and every department can be taken care properly, right? No one is going to be overburdened here, and each and every department get a proper attention here. So that is going to give advantage to the organization also. Now, with these advantage, children, we have certain disadvantage also of the functional structures, right? Functional structures के कुछ disadvantage भी हैं. Let's see these disadvantage. Now, first is a functional structures place less emphasis on overall enterprise's objective. This is the first disadvantage of functional structures. इसका डिसएडवांटेज क्या है कि ये लेस एम्फसाइज करता है किसको, ओवरऑल ऑब्जेक्टिव. मींस वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट कॉमन ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ अ बिजनेस. है बिजनेस का कॉमन ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या होता है? टू अर्न प्रॉफिट. एवरी बिजनेस हैज स्टार्टेड विद द गोल ऑफ अर्निंग प्रॉफिट. इट्स नॉट स्टार्टेड विद द गोल ऑफ earning a particular department profit, but it is started with a goal of earning a particular organization profit. So if a particular organization which is not working into a particular common goal, then it can be emphasizes to a functional structures which is less emphasizes for the overall enterprises objective, then the objective pursued by the function head can be shifted also. Simply it is saying that, like if we talk about a functional structures, when we have make the departments, like every department in charge is going to work for achieving the target of their department, and just because of this competition from every department head, sometime what happened, the common objective and the common goal of a organization get disturbed and it is hidden. So it might be that the production department want to get their own goal of doing production in more and more with a less cost, and the selling department will have a goal of selling more product, right, with more profit. So somewhere there can be a conflict arise here which is going to affect the overall objective of a business, that is profit. Next is it may lead to a problem in coordination as information has to be exchanged across functionally differentiated department. Right, now here we have a second disadvantage of functional structure, that sometimes it also have a issues of coordination. Right, why? Because whatever is happening in one department, that need to be exchanged within the another department also. And just because every department have their own target, so sometimes here exchanging of informations is not smoothly done between the two interdepartments work, which is going to affect the business. Next is about the conflict. Now next we talk about a conflict of interest may arise when the interests of two or more departments are not compatible. It means because the functions are on the basis of similar natures which is divided or given a particular department. So sometime it happened that for getting their own department objective, they are having a conflict with the another department where both of interests are not compatible with each other. Like this we can understand by example also, that they are talking about a cell department. Suppose a cell department insisting on a customer friendly design may cause difficulty in production, right? Suppose cell department का target क्या है, product को sell करना है. For this they want कि इस तरह का product design हो जो कि customer friendly हो, right? So they want that kind of product, but maybe the production department has a problem of producing that kind of product, right? So here what is going to happen? Again the conflict is going to arise between these two departments, right? And which is going to harm to the main objective of organization. Now next disadvantage say that it may lead to inflexibility as people with same skills and knowledge base may develop a narrow perspective, and thus what will happen? There will be a difficulty in appreciating by other point of view. So it's basically saying here is that because in case there is a business is there which does not work into a dynamic mode, which we have done earlier also, there should be a flexibility in every business, right? But in case of functional structures, what happen? Sometimes the inflexibility arises, right? Why? Because the people, those who are working, they all are working with the same skill, they all belong to a same skill, they all are belonging to a same knowledge. जो प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट में जो काम कर रहे हैं वो सारे सेम स्किल्स के सेम नॉलेज के काम कर रहे हैं, राइट. Sometime what happened, the boss is not able to appreciate its subordinate, right, and because of this what happened, there will be chances of getting more conflict, and there will be a chances of having less coordinations, and because of this the overall organizational goal can be harmed. The next is about the suitability. Now when we talk about suitability, it is more suitable when the size of the organization is large. फंक्शनल स्ट्रक्चर्स कब सुटेबल है, कहाँ पे यूज होना चाहिए, जबकि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का साइज कैसा होता है, लार्ज होता है. And a diversified activities and operations required a high degree of specializations, right. It means functional structures are supposed to be used in those organizations which are large in their size, in operational size, and where a different kind of activities are performed and operations are required more specializations. यानी operations को क्या चाहिए होता है, more specialization चाहिए होता है, एक standard skills required होती है. So all these kind of organization should go with the functional structures. Children, in the next video we will be talking about divisional structures.